The Little Rock, I guess. What's your history with that play individually? I understand you've played it.
Yeah, I mean it's a very standard play that a lot of people run different ways, where you got a deep post with a dig across the middle, guys underneath holding linebackers, and we ran that play when I was a sophomore in high school. We hit the post a lot, hit the dig a lot, just never quite like that. And so, our thought was get Ricardo in there, fast guy, take the top off defense. If you catch a cheap one, great. But you're thinking really you're clearing everything out and trying to bring Sammy around the sticks and get the first down. I think, we had pretty good protection, but it takes a while to develop. That's why people don't run those plays on regular downs as much, because it's just hard in our league to protect that long. But they only rushed 3. Our line did a good job, and I think Nick slid up, and he kind of looked at Sammy, and when he looked, Sammy hadn't quite cleared the last linebacker yet, and I think he just felt, I need to get the ball off. The last thing you want to do is get sacked and not at least give somebody a chance. So he gave Ricardo a shot, and just like we drew it up.
Just like you drew it up. So what? So you weren't even cheering. You knew it was going to work.
No, that's not true. I think somebody tackled me.
You talked to Nick. Did you think he should have gone to Sammy right there? Or?
His read is post to the dig. Rest is history. Who might have questioned the touchdown?
Talk about Ricardo though.
Yeah.
He had done a lot of big things already in that game.
Yeah.
Did you see that as kind of like almost a coming out party?
Yeah, even back when we played Western Carolina and Ricardo caught the deep one, we felt, and he's been playing more and made some catches against A&M. I mean, we feel like Ricardo's really developing, and he's someone we hope to keep bringing along. He had made some really good runs, real strong runs on some shorter ones. He'd caught the deep post earlier. He was playing a lot of confidence, so we put him in. And of course, he was wanting the ball. Everybody was at that moment. And it was incredible concentration. I mean, the ball obviously bounced in a good way for us, but, watching that replay over and over again, for him to find the ball and to be able to catch it like he did, proud for him. It's a big deal. I'll remember that one for a while.
Off the field, obviously, Nick's been a big deal with what you guys do offensively, but off the field, what's the biggest thing he's brought to the team over the course of the season?
You said Nick?
Yeah.
The guys believe in him. I mean, he's a winner. He's proven that. I mean, from whether he wins with, the drive against Mississippi State, A&M, the other night, it's a variety of ways, and some are normal and some aren't. But, the guy's he's calm. I mean, he really is. And that's what we saw in fall camp when we named him the guy, because he ran the 2-minute drills really good. And in the time we went live, he did good. But you never know until guys get in the moment. And he believes in himself and that we're going to do, even if he's having a good game, bad game, doesn't matter. When it becomes crunch time, he believes in himself, the guys do. And that's carried on off the field. To me, the thing that speaks the most about Nick, if you really want my opinion, is the way Georgia treated him in the game. I don't know if anybody noticed, but every time they'd tackle him, and they tackled him a lot because he ran the ball a lot, they'd smoke him, they would help him up every time. Every single one of their players helped him up, because that's the respect he had of those guys when he was there. I mean, he's not a guy they were trying to injure or treat poorly. They were treating him better than they treated anybody else on our team. I know that. So, that's just the kind of guy he is. Everybody likes him. He's a humble guy. He's a team guy, and when it's crunch time, everybody looks to him.
Being a part of this rivalry for a couple of years while you were here, just your thoughts and impressions on the rivalry.
Yeah, there's nothing like it. I mean, it's electric. I mean, I got the 2009, 2010. It's just like an SEC or national championship game. I mean, it's you can't put it into words till you experience it. Doesn't matter which place you're playing at. The atmosphere and pregame and all that's electric. Of course, the build-up. It's important for everybody. It's important to state. It's important for both sides. And then obviously this year there's a little more on the line. So, both sides will be ready to play. You don't ever got to worry about that. We got to get our guys to the game, have them prepared. And, that's what I learned more than anything in 2009, 2010. They're going to play their guts out, and that's the best rivalry in college football, hands down.
How much has this week-to-week approach really almost all led up to this one game almost? It seems like obviously this is the last game you're going to have outside of the bowl.
Yep.
Unless you win, and then you got more.
Yeah. We can finally talk about it, and we don't have to say, we're worried about the next game. But we've been building week to week, obviously, for the next game, and that's worked for our guys. They've done a great job of buying into that and focusing in. That's easier said than done. But we play Alabama, and they play us at the end of the year for a reason. It all builds up to this every year. And, that was our goal at the beginning of the year, to get better each week. So when this game came, we'd be ready to put the best we can out on the field. And, so we're ready to do that now.
Did you see anything in the players when you first got here that led you to believe that this was possible?
I don't know if I thought we'd be sitting here at 10-1. You know, I didn't necessarily in my head think we wouldn't be. You know, when we came out of spring ball, I didn't really know what to think till right after our spring game, and then we had a couple practices. Just the way their body language and demeanor started changing, I knew they were starting to believe in it a little bit. That intangibly we were getting better. I don't think we were very good at that point, but and you know, you can't ever say enough about confidence. And we were able to win some close games early. Beat Washington State, beat Mississippi State. You know, play well in the second half of a situation where most teams would have gotten beat 60-20 at LSU. And of course, it all capped off when we were able to get the big win at A&M, and you know, a back and forth deal. Each week you could just see it build, and so at that point, after we beat A&M, you kind of thought anything was possible, to be honest with you. But to answer your question the best I can, I don't know if I ever saw this happening, but I never thought and said, "Oh, we can't do that." I didn't really know what to expect, to be honest with you.
You heard a lot of players and coaches talk that LSU game. Really, was that where it kind of turned around? That second half where you guys could lay down?
Well, it was part of it. I mean, I think the biggest thing for us, you know, the first game we won. You know, we beat Washington State. We won the game. We were able to beat Arkansas State, who's a good football team, going to have 7-8 wins this year, and beat them fairly convincingly. That's when our guys said, okay, you know, we can do some things this year. But then when we played Mississippi State, and we struggled for a lot of the game. I mean, we came out really good for about a quarter, and then we just were flat the whole rest of the game. And when Nick and the offense, we went on that drive, to me, that's the most defining moment, because that's when our guys really overcame some big adversity and did things that a lot of really good teams can't do, go 90 yards and whatever it was. And to me, that was the signature moment that let our guys believe we can beat anybody. I do think there is a lot to be said for the way we responded at LSU. Probably what had happened in the past plays into that, but for our guys to prove, hey, we don't quit, we're going to play against anybody, and really we're a call here or there away from having a chance to win that one. So I think they kind of go hand in hand, but I would think the Mississippi State was the biggest thing, because we won a big game in a clutch moment, and you can't simulate those scenarios.
How much